And once again, what is up, my fellow patriots? How y'all doing out there in America, land of the free, home of the brave? Me, the Wicked Wizard, back with another video. Today I want to talk about insane lefties, insane commies, insane Satanists, and insane trannies, and people crying about being deported. All in one video. Just some cool stuff I found and thought I would throw this together real quick. Yeah, and first thing pops up is right chow. And basically, it's saying, should these people, these lefty rioters, these commies, should they lose their government assistance if they get arrested for this? What do you say? I say yes. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Anyway, this one I thought was, I don't know, kind of wild. Watch this.
Oh!
Damn, twice. Ah.
Damn, yeah. Oh! Oh!
You've seen that, right? That's not gonna play again. All right. Never mind. You've seen that. Punched, and then the cop punched him out. Here's a Satanist.
You know, I've been called an anti-MAGA preacher, and it's true. I am anti-MAGA. In fact, anyone who claims to be a Christian has to be anti-MAGA, or else you're not truly following the teachings of Jesus Christ. You cannot follow Jesus, who told us to welcome the stranger, while also advocating to close our borders to immigrants and refugees. You cannot follow Jesus, who told us to feed those who are hungry and give drink to those who are thirsty, while...
No. Jesus said, teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. So he didn't say open borders and come on in and then just be taken care of because you're too fucking lazy to work.
Also advocating to cut programs that give food and drink to those who are hungry and thirsty. You cannot claim...
No, that's not true. We do give that. We give lots of benefits to people who are hungry and thirsty. But that's a crutch. It's not a way of life. That's what we're removing.
To follow Jesus, who went around and provided health care for free, while also...
Health care for free. Wow, gee. Well, he was the son of God. So he could do that. We, as a country, cannot. Do you want to pay for everybody's health care? I doubt it.
Advocating for cuts to health care. You cannot claim
that's not happening either.
Who spent his entire life going around and teaching people while also cutting education. You cannot claim to
nobody's cutting education.
His entire ministry giving hope to the poor.
We give hope to the poor all the time.
For an economic system that takes money from the poor and gives it to billionaires.
Yeah, that's a lie. None of that's happening. You're an evil, satanic piece of shit. You're just lying. And you got your little, I don't know what that is, but here's another Satanist. Let's get a couple words from this.
Jesus was from Palestine.
No.
He was Palestinian.
Jesus is a Jew, not a Palestinian.
His skin was brown, he wasn't blonde, and he hated capitalism.
You have no idea what his hair color was or what his skin color is. And since there was no capitalism at that point, how could he have hated it?
He overturned the tables when he went to market, then turned his gaze to the establishment and said, "Fuck you, Pontius Pilate."
That was because of lending. It's a sin to go into debt.
Jesus was from Palestine and born in Bethlehem, a total rebel of his time, deemed the king of men. He hated all the rich and favored all the poor, and he knelt down to wash their feet when they were tired and sore.
Again, a bunch of fucking bullshit. Jesus helped everybody, rich, poor, and in between. Jesus did not discriminate, and he would help anybody who asked. And then you have this. These people are big mad. There's a crying part.
Yanet Correa screams injustice after her husband was placed on an expedited deportation order after showing up to his immigration check-in in Miami. The detentions are not only creating panic and fear, but Correa's immigration attorney tells NBC6 it's also creating confusion. Immigration court attorney Antonio Ramos tells
How is it creating confusion? These people are showing up for their court hearings and they're being issued letters of deportation. What is confusing about this? So they leave the courtroom and ICE picks them up and does what the judge said to do, deport them. And they're starting to ham up people in New York City now, off the street. It's awesome.
No, my son, please.
So as you can see, they're big upset and big mad, acting like there's some kind of crime being committed against them. When they broke into our country and didn't give me any, didn't give you any due process, right? Came here and sucked up our tax dollars. Yeah, time to go. Bye-bye. And yeah, they're starting to go to construction sites. This is awesome.
There's going to be one floor above us.
Okay. Yeah, it's like every single one of them is an illegal alien. He's about to get deported. Well, you know what? That just opened up a whole bunch of good, high-paying jobs for American citizens now, didn't it? And then you have these idiots, right? Says 130 judges sign a petition to not lock up Judge Dugan for harboring illegal aliens and sneaking them out the back of the courtroom while their victims were sitting in the courtroom that he was brutally beat within an inch of their lives. But, you know, hey.
On charges of obstruction and concealing an individual to prevent arrest. FBI Director Kash Patel has said that Dugan, quote, intentionally misdirected federal agents away from an undocumented immigrant who was set to be arrested at her courthouse last month on charges of...
Yeah, and what happened to no one's above the law? You remember that? No one's above the law. No one's above the law. Donald Trump's not above the law. Now, all of a sudden, these people are supposed to be above the law because they're a judge? Bullshit. Here's a totally insane tranny.
know there are people out there who are hell-bent on never ever being accommodating to trans people. Like, I will never call you by those pronouns. You will never have my respect.
Correct.
Or whatever it is. And like, is
nothing
that
to do
really
with respect
to you? Putting all of that effort to be nasty? Because if we meet and you call me by the wrong pronouns, it's gonna be a confrontation. And I don't think you want that. I think
is
you
that
want to
right?
go about your day. I want to go about my day. I don't want to have to be upset about getting misgendered, and I know you don't want to purposefully upset people. And if you do,
well, see, the thing is here, you're asking us to change our perception and alter reality and call you by some made up bullshit pronouns. I say no. I'm not doing it because it's not true. It's not facts. This is communism 101. You get society to break down. You get people to think men can get pregnant. You start calling people zim, zers, zizzes, and all the other stupid things. And next comes communism. Yeah, no, thank you. We will not be doing any of that. Just stay away from children. I'm not going to disrespect you unless you're around children. But I'm not going to call you by your pronouns. Too bad. So sad. And here's some more totally insane trannies. Let's check these ends out.
My business is none of your fucking business. Where I do my business is none of your business.
Where I do my business is none of your business.
Where we do our business is none of your business. Where we do our business is none of your fucking business.
Where I do my business is none of your business.
Our biological sex does not decide what toilets we use, our brain does. Let adults decide what toilets to fucking go in. Where we do our business is none of your fucking business! Yeah, it's totally our business. Because you can't be taking your dick into the women's room and flashing it around in front of little girls.
because that's a good way to get unalived, let's say, or beat up. Don't do that. You're going to piss off the wrong dad, wrong husband, and yeah, it's not going to end well for you. And here's a bunch of other idiots.
I am on day 21 of my Austin Capitol sit-in. I am sitting in until Donald Trump is impeached, convicted, and removed. I'm sitting here with my lovely friend Melody, an organizer from Hands Off. So, Melody, why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're here?
Well, I'm here just to give you a little bit of support today. Make sure that you're fed and all that. I mean, you had
I don't believe Melanie's a girl.
chest, so I couldn't help myself but sit down, so.
Well, I really appreciate it because it is people like you that makes this possible. It helps me know that I'm not alone whenever people come and visit me. So I'm taking...
Yeah, you're pretty much an idiot if you think you're going to sit there and that's going to cause Trump to be impeached or arrested. You're stupid. That last tranny one with the ones that they don't care about the bathroom, that came from this country. This is also what happens when you have unfeathered immigration. And you allow these people to do whatever they want. So you see what they're doing, right? They're praying. Okay, no big deal. But number one, this is England, not the Middle East. And there are over 500 mosques in London, but they choose to pray on the grounds of Westminster Abbey, the most sacred site in the Anglican Church, right? They do that to blasphemy Christians. And you think that's okay? Well, not in this country. And England, my friend, London has fallen. London ain't calling because London had fallen. Anyway, what do you think about these insane people? Do you think any of this is worthwhile? Do you think that we shouldn't arrest judges who commit crimes? Do you think we should allow trannies use any bathroom they want? Should we have unfeathered immigration and not deport the people who got their orders of deportation, or or is everything going swimmingly? Not enough. That's what I think. But anyway, you let me know what you think down in the comments, and don't forget, my friends, don't forget to question everything. And until next time, peace.